In this video, we're going to go over how to make and customize your own templates. So by default, you have two templates in your template library. And one is for a neighborhood you're not currently working in. Another is for a neighborhood where you already have some customers, you've already done some lighting in the area, and you can kind of tell the homeowners, hey, we did that house over there, drive by at night and check it out. So here's how you're going to be able to customize it. You're going to go to the templates section here on the menu, and you'll see the two, the one is portfolio discount, the other is just the neighbors. So if you want to customize the portfolio discount, you can go ahead and click on it, and it says this is a starter template. If you customize it, it just creates a copy you can edit. So you can make it without worrying about messing up, the original templates that you have. So you just give it a name. We'll do test 1. And then it'll open it up for you. So right off the bat, you get sent to the front page. Now, this is the render, and you can see it's going to be custom for each home. Okay. So, for this house, it's going to be this picture. For the next door neighbor, it's going to be their own house. And this is kind of what's on one side of the postcard. Now, be careful not to move it, because if you move it, it's going to be printed wrongly on the postcard, and it's going to look really bad. So make sure you don't move it off the edge here. And then if you go to the back, you can see that there's a couple different sections here, and I'm going to go over each one. So I think the first thing we got to mention is there's dynamic fields. So what's that? It just means these fields change depending on what lead, what homeowner you're going after. So for example, here it says Sarah, because this is Sarah's house, just as the example. But in reality, what's here is first name. Okay, it's a dynamic field. And as you're sending it to different homeowners, this field will change so that you can use their name. Because when you use their name, it feels a lot more personalized, like you're really taking the time to give them a quote and get to know them. Okay, so there's a lot of different fields, and I'll kind of quickly go over each one. Some are pretty simple. So per recipient, first name, last name, so the homeowner's full name, address, city, state, zip. And then on the pricing, you have your front price. So the front price is this one right here. And you can see this is your actual pricing that's in your settings. Now, if you go front price original, that's this right here. And it's basically a little more than your pricing. And it's kind of what you do as a markdown to give people a discount, if that makes sense. So that's that. Whole price, same idea. Whole price is here. For each house, it's different. And then same thing with the whole price original. And you can play around with the colors and whatnot. And okay, so then we have the urgency, which is the offer deadline. So you can see, I'd love to feature it in our portfolio. So I'm including a portfolio discount if you say yes by May 31st, 2026, Sunday. So this uses an offer deadline right here that you can see. Okay. What does this mean? This means that if you send out a postcard on May 10th, and you have this in here, it's going to automatically jump it about 2.5, 3 weeks. So it kind of builds some urgency into your offer, into your marketing. Because if you just send these out without any urgency, you'll still get sales, you'll still make sales, you'll still have people contacting you. But when you add this urgency, when you give them a date, an actual day, hey, by May 31st, Sunday, that's when this offer expires. Now people are a lot more likely to contact you quicker. All right. And ideally, that's what we want in our marketing. We don't want to market and spend money on advertising to have people call us next year. We want them to call us right away. And this helps out a lot with that. So this is a dynamic field, meaning if you send out a postcard on May 10th, it's going to say May 31st. If you send it out on, May 15th, it's going to say June 6th, right? So it takes a look at what time you send the postcard out at, and then it adds to that, and it's done for you when you use this offer deadline dynamic field. Okay, so that's what the urgency is. Then you have per company, company name, pretty basic, phone number, that's this right here. And then you can include a website but I would recommend just using the QR code here. Okay, then you have per rep, rep first name, rep full name. If you're just one person using the account, this is going to link to your info. If you have multiple salespeople, multiple reps using this platform, it's going to be different depending on which salesperson is making and sending out the quotes from what account it's being sent out at. So for example, this right here, my name's David, it says rep first name. I'm the only user on this account, so it uses my name. So that is that. Next, we have a QR code here. And the way you get this is you just press QR code and it pops up and you can put it anywhere you want. So this QR code is linked to each customer website, to each homeowner website. The same way that this design changes for every homeowner, this QR code changes for every homeowner too. And the only way you get that is by using this QR code. All right, you can't make your own and upload it. That'll just take you to, a basic website. Next, you have this render. So if you want to add the render that's custom to each home, maybe you want to switch it up, maybe a different design, or however you want to design it, you can press the render button and it makes you a picture, and this is a dynamic render. So if I put it here, it'll also change depending on which home we send it to. So that's that. Next, you can put your logo. I don't have a logo hooked up to this account right now, but if you did, you'd be able to place one, maybe in this little circle here, however you want, right? And then the most important thing to mention is keep this section blank. And then the most important thing to mention is you want to keep this section blank because that's where the mailing block goes on. That's where our address goes, our return address, and then the barcode, so that we can actually have, the post office mail it and send it to the homeowner. Okay, so whatever you put here is going to get printed over by a white block. So I would recommend not putting anything there. So that's template number 1. And if you save it, it'll be saved like so. Now let's go over the second postcard template, which is if you've already done work in the area and now you're hitting up the neighbors with an offer. So you just press it as well. So it looks the same on the front because it's just a render on the front. But if you go on the back, you'll see it looks a little bit different, all right? And you can customize it how you want. But basically, we have the first name, and then we have an address. So it's an install address, and then this map will show this address. And all this is just to kind of give the homeowner a better idea, like, hey, this is where we did the install, so you can drive by at night and check it out. If you like it, give us a call or fill out the form on the website or give a deposit, right? So that's what this is. And again, you can customize the text here however you like it, all right? As well as here, I mean, this is built in. So if you want to change like front of home, full home, if you want to change this section, which I don't recommend you do, especially don't get rid of the most popular badge. It definitely helps, sell bigger ticket packages for lights. But anyways, for the template, if you want to change the address here, when you actually go to mail it, you can input the address and the street name, and the map will automatically update. Other than that, it's the same template, just a little different copywriting, a couple different words here, basically saying we just finished your neighbor's install with permanent lights and I'm giving you a neighbor discount. I made a custom design just for you. So again, super basic, super simple. I'll actually show you how to use the hit the neighbors option. So for example, let's say we want to use the hit the neighbors template. You would go on just did the neighbors, the front and back you would see. And then this is where you put the address, okay? And it'll update automatically on the template. So you can pick from closed jobs. Let's say you want to do this one. This is the neighbors that you're hitting up. And so this is the map it's going to show. And you can see it gives the street address there for you. The map isn't going to load on the preview. However, if you see it here, it's going to be printed on the postcard. So you don't have to worry about that. We're going to fix this, but right now it's a little issue here. But it still shows up on the postcard. So that's pretty much how to use the templates and to make your own. If you have any questions, feel free to give us a call, text, or email. Customer support information is available on the program. Thank you.